month, this week, we're going to start a new series. So we're going to start on the basics of butterfly guard this week. As far as the basics of the butterfly sweep, some basic attacks, and we're going to build on this for passing, half guard, or butterfly guard, as well as some other attacks. So when we're here, a couple things with butterfly guard. One, a lot of us are pretty lazy with it. A lot of you guys think like, oh, just my shins, in between his legs right here, this is butterfly guard. Now, so when I'm here, I want my knees wide, and I want my feet engaged where they're hooking on the back of his thighs. Generally, I'm cheated off to one side because I'm attacking or doing something with it. Alright? Now, once I get here, a couple different ideas of what you're wanting to do. If I'm trying to sweep, I'm generally over, under, or some sort of arm, grabbing an arm of some sort. If I'm attacking from here, I'm generally playing collar. So that's always a good thing to realize. If a guy's grabbing your collar in butterfly guard, generally their goal is not to sweep you. At that point, they're trying to choke you. Alright? So the first thing we're going to do is just work on the basic butterfly loop. So that's going to start gi or no gi with an underhook and an overhook. Now, with my underhook, I'm generally reaching to grab either the belt, the pants, or if it's no pajamas, I'm just kind of cupping his kidney. My overhook, I'm coming into the armpit, sneaking my hand into the chest area, and pinching my elbow here. Now, when I go to fall back to do my butterfly sweep, one of the big mistakes I see a lot of people make is they fall straight back, kind of just pull him on top of you, like you're being lazy after prom. So when I'm here, I'm falling back to my side here. And as I do that, I'm scooping him on top of my shins so that all his weight is loading onto my head. Here, falling back and loading him up. Now, as I'm going here, I'm going to start to turn and elevate my elbow, flaring this leg through. So we're here, I start to roll, boom. Now, in an ideal world, we'll land and mount, base and sit up, right? How often do we live in an ideal world? $4 a gallon gas. So, not realistic, so we're here. As I get into this position here, a couple other options are going to happen. One, you're going to throw him off and land into side control. That's a lot more common no-gi because you don't have as much control, so you got to move a little bit quicker. Other option is, we're hand fighting in, I get into here, I snap this down, I go to fall back, and you end up in some sort of trapped quarter guard. He's got your ankle bullshit guard, right? Whether it's you're in kind of a knee cut position, or if you're in kind of a half mounted position. Either way, he's got a hold of your ankle. Regardless of any of those, I don't care because you score still. So for those of you playing the tournament game, generally you're going to score 2 there. If you score into mount, you're going to go 2 and 4. So it can be a nice 6-point swing pretty quickly, especially if you can land this into mount. Questions on the details of this? All of you guys know the basics of a butterfly sweep because we practice the lift. But it's the details that matter on this one, guys. Questions?
If they go for overhooks and say your arms are kind of trapped, can you pull this off by grabbing the over, or do you have to have that?
So, ideal versus realistic world, right? So like, Austin doesn't suck, so he goes double over. Can I go to here? Yes. Would I prefer you take the extra? Yes. But if I'm going to go double over into this, I'm not reaching for his belt. Going hands to chest. Here. That way. Because I want a lot of his arm. And use that to take him out. But yes, you can go from the double under or double over. It doesn't matter. So if I'm here, let's say I'm just better at grappling than Austin's here, and I get to here. Can I go from double unders? Yes. Preferably over. Prefer, my list of, I prefer over under, double unders, and you can hit that same sweep if you're doing the rest of it right from up in. Other questions here?
With gi, you hook, you have the lapel on the other side of it.
I can, because I like just to threaten people. You know, like if I'm here with steers, I will do this just to, I'll feed that hand to the overhook hand, just because I want you thinking about this. Is there some trickery you can do? Yes. Generally not the best use of this hand, but it does add a little discomfort, and that's a good anchor point. So yes, if I like that, I can, but not necessary, but can be helpful. That's more of a personal preference. Because I'm not going that way, I'm going that way. So when I'm here with Austin, big square, right? I'm not taking him to the sidewall, I'm taking him to a corner. So like when I'm here, if Austin tries to post this leg out as I'm going back, I'm going to that side. If I'm here and I try to take Austin like we're barrel rolling here, like if I'm here and we try to go this way, yeah, that base will stop. But the second I change my direction from that line to that line, it makes it a lot harder to stop. He's able to step over your head. Fucked up. One off. There are other options you go to. 9 times out of 10, if you're getting this right, you should. Other questions? So we're here, we're moving around with Mr. Steers. Boom, I sit up, boom, I get to here, right? Second, I get a little push, a little pull, a little push. I load him up, and I'm coming across my ribs here. I pull, up, sweep, either landing inside or mouth, whichever you prefer, or whichever you can land. Questions here?
Assuming what's the ocean? Obviously, when you get like the hook, say, what's gonna be the ocean reaction?
He's gonna start sitting. So the second Steers doesn't suck at jiu-jitsu, so I get to here. He's gonna realize, hey, he's trying to elevate my hips. He's gonna widen his base and start sitting. Which is why I push into him, because the second he pushes back. That's why that push-pull becomes so natural. Because naturally is, you know, let's all have the honest moment here. Most of us are testosterone-filled males. Except for Colby, who's a little girl. Right? You still love him. So, when I push into you, your natural reaction is to push back. That's why that push-pull works. Because the second I push into you, you naturally want to respond. Because if not, I just run over. Right? Like if I just push into Austin and he doesn't stop me, I just continue pushing until he hits his back. So the second he pushes back, I can then elevate the swing. Other questions here? Like I said, this is going to be the basis of what we work for the next several weeks. So get this correct first.
When they're bigger than you,
Yes.
like what are some of the things that you do wrong to stop?
Come here. Let's assume Mr. Hensley's bigger than me. Allegedly, right? A couple things they're going to be trying to do here is just that simple scroll, right? Like they're just going to drop their base and hope you can't get underneath. That's going to be where the load is so important. So like if I'm here and I just try to fall back, Jeremy's big, he's strong, right? It's not going to work, right? So when I go to elevate and sweep Jeremy here, I'm going to put my head under him. I'm going to scoot up under him as tight as I can. That way I'm underneath him. So it's going to be a little bit more in your load, where if it's equal size, that's not as, if you still want to load and get your hips under him. Bigger your opponent, the more important it becomes. When you're the smaller you just naturally are. Other questions? Alright, drill her out. 1, 2, 3. Good things are happening in my life. I get to butterfly guard, right? Boom, I'm here, I sit up. I start to go here. But let's say I make a mistake. Let's say Austin's just happens to be good at jiu-jitsu, right? So I gotta sweep him back. He posts this hand to the mat. Bop. It's really inconvenient, really slows me down. He gets head position, so man, that's not ideal, right? I get here, I try to sweep again, and he posts again. Man, what do? All we're gonna do is our hand that was in that overhook, I'm gonna slide it up, and we're gonna go double unders. But the second we come for this elbow, I'm sweeping him the other way. Boom, I'm here. I go to sweep, he post. I pop the elbow. As I do, I pull and go this way. So I'm here, cup the elbow, here. Nice part with this one is you also land with an isolated elbow. Which, if you're decent at jiu-jitsu, you can then string into a series of other unpleasantries. So I'm here, we're hand fighting, boom, I hit here. I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna really sweep him out. Doesn't work. Take that base away, take it the other direction. Scoop with the elbow, take it the other way. Keep it. Keep it till you get top. It's not like you're repummeling back to like double over under. That's why I said I don't mind double overs, double unders, any of that. You can still hit a butterfly sweep from that position. I prefer the over under because it gives me more counter motions. So if I'm here, boom. I get one here, sweep. Scoop with the elbow. As I'm going there, elevate into this. Stop. Break the wrist walk. Questions on this one? Like I said, it's you go for option A, he counters. You go for option B. Take the base away, go the other direction. You're like, man, how do I do the next part the most serious? Take whatever they stopped you away with, go the other way. It's not always a bad option. Alright? 1, 2, 3. Alright, so I'm here. We're going. Everything's going well. I go to come back here. Boom, he posts. And let's just say I don't like this motion coming up under here, right? Like it's not for me. All we're gonna do is I'm gonna sit him back up. Boom. And instead of just trying to re-sweep back again, the leg that's on the same side that he posted, I'm gonna bring that knee out right to the cap of his knee. Kick his leg out. Help him back to his back. Nothing gentleman like that. You lay him down gently. So we're here. Boom. I don't can't get him to go. Get here. He's already trying to counter, trying to do stuff. I don't appreciate that. Boom. All I'm doing is kicking that leg back in that 45-degree angle. Second that happens, a little over. It's called the fat man's butterfly. They call it a variety of other things, but it's basically the same thing. Remember when we were like, hey, kick the leg out and drag the arm? Same motion, you're just not arm dragging. So I'm here. Boom. Sweep here. Perfect, I set him back down. I like coming up to the belly. It's not rude. I like the belly. Sit here. Have a nice conversation with gentlemen like you. Really make sure that he feels all 195 pounds. He lost 5 pounds recently. That's great. JD is making me less fat. That's great. Questions on this one?
Can you have to sit back up and do that, or like easier to
Better too. So the reason I wouldn't hit it low is because most guys when they hit that base are also posting their hands. So like if I'm here and he posts, a lot of guys are coming up to that. So if I he's gonna start countering up. As long as I come back up, just so it's smoother, it's just gonna make the flows just a little bit better when you sit them back up because they think you're gonna go for the reason. They're already basing more. Because if I try to butterfly sweep you, most of you guys know I love butterfly. I like fucking you guys up. Chef's kiss is one of my favorite positions with my back. If I go to do this, and I sit back up with you, and I go to do it again, you guys are going to start basing real hard, right? Austin naturally did it. He widened his base, starts countering, right? So I'm here. I'm you know, everyone talks about jiu-jitsu being chest or check, whatever. I'm anticipating your counter. If, you know, we talked about chaining moves together, the choose your own adventure. You can give me a butterfly sweep, or you can counter. If you counter it, I'm going to counter with one of these two options. I'm either going to risk me the other way, or I'm going to sit up and kick your leg. Either way, I'm still getting my sweep. You just decided I don't get to hit. So the longer you can make that change, the better. That's why I prefer sitting up, because I know his counter to that is heavy base. The second someone tries to sweep you, what's the natural reaction? Sit your weight down, widen your base, start really trying to control their hips. So the second I get here and I sat Austin back up, he's already naturally trying to get his hips away from me, widen that base out, and do other things. Which is going to make me re-sitting underneath him harder. But it also makes taking my knee out lighter. Other questions?
So when you sit it back up, are you like static where you are, or do you sometimes like go like you're about?
Oh, so in butterfly guard, you should always have a little bit of a, because if I'm sitting here like this in butterfly guard, I'm pretty static and getting past my legs is pretty easy. So when I'm in butterfly guard, you'll see me guys just. I'm always moving you that little bit because it stops you from being able to settle. If I snap your head a little bit, grab your collar, move your arm, widen my base, blink it in, sit back, move up, how comfortable are you? If I sit here like this, how comfortable are you? Relatively, right? Because of the ideal option, me standing still is right. So the second I can start moving steers around, other questions on this?
On the sitting back up, you're doing the double thing.
Yes.
Like, how do you?
So let's assume JJ can smush me. Right? Doesn't happen, but let's. JJ can. So let's say I go for butterfly sweep on JJ, and I fuck it up, right? JJ starts to really smush, right? Rolls his hips back, he's doing all the things that you should to completely kill a butterfly here. The second that happens, it's not so much about sitting up, it's about moving his hips. So when I'm here, I'm going to start swinging his hips back so that he has to come up. A lot of people try to lift. And so like if I'm here, I go here, a lot of people will try to lift JJ. I don't know how many of you can just like snap kick JJ off. That's what you're trying to do. But when I'm here, I'm trying to leg press him back. Which if I do and he doesn't respond the way he does, what do I do when you don't do that, JJ? I head snap, choke the shit out of you. Yeah. So when I'm here, boom, JJ sprawls real heavy. I'm trying to get him to come back up to his knees. That way I can start into other things. Make sense? So if I try to lift the JJ, you're smarter than me. I don't know what muscles and all that's working, but not great, right? But the second I try to press him that way, get myself back up, a lot stronger hips, legs, all that together. Make sense? Other questions? Driller out. 1, 2, 3.